Happy Wednesday, Compton family. This is your Mayor, Asia Brown, and I am here for our weekly Compton update. Today is September 23rd, and on today's agenda, we have coronavirus data, current relief efforts and testing. We have a recap of our Compton City Council meeting from last night. Also, details on the census, voting, resource and events, Compton Street reconstruction updates, as well as we'll answer some live questions and discussion. And so I will get right into it. Thanks for joining me today. Our latest COVID-19 numbers are as follows. In Los Angeles County, there are 262,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases throughout LA County. There have been 6,401 fatalities. In Compton, our current COVID-19 confirmed case number is 3,988 residents have confirmed coronavirus in Compton. Also, there have been 68 fatalities. Our current relief efforts are as follows. Our Compton pantry is still operable throughout the week. We are still servicing families that are in need of food and other basic care items located at 700 North Bullis Road. Also, in terms of our testing facility, it is still up and operable, located at Gonzalez Park. This is completely free testing for COVID-19. They are accepting walk-ups. It is a very easy process. They do not ask for insurance information. This facility is available from Sunday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the last appointment time or slot for testing is at 7:30 p.m. If you would like to access additional information on COVID-19 relief efforts throughout the city of Compton, please access our guide at comptoncity.org/covid19.asb. You will learn the latest in food giveaways that are occurring weekly, as well as testing resources at our city facility and other local healthcare providers and more. So please access that resource. And I want to implore you all, if you have not been tested for COVID-19, to please access this free resource. Again, 5 minutes, you're in and out, and your results will come in within 48 hours. So please access this resource. It's a use it or lose it situation. We fought hard to bring this resource to the city of Compton for you all. So we want to make sure that our community takes advantage of this opportunity. Also, in terms of our council meeting from last night, our city manager is still with us. I am thankful to our Compton City Council for agreeing to keep our stable city manager in place and continue to push our capital improvement projects forward. We have experienced a record level of street reconstruction and repair in the city of Compton. I also have a quick follow-up on the Alameda cleanup effort. There was a presentation provided last night by management. I urge you all to access the council meeting and access that information. We also approved a resolution of support for Compton's very own guaranteed basic income pilot, which we will share more about that in the upcoming 2 weeks. Also, we're just dedicated and focused on moving forward. So we also received a presentation about our strategy for repaving all of our streets in the city of Compton, addressing our lighting issues, installing additional pedestrian scale lighting, as well as really taking all of our parks to a new level. Many of you know that we have invested significant funding in installing new park equipment, but there are still enhancements that are left to do, and we will be holding several town halls to get your input, as well as launching some community polls that will actually release a few this week for you all to weigh in. But we're looking forward to getting your feedback on how you would like your tax dollars spent. And the most important thing is that this financing plan, which will generate approximately $85 million for the city of Compton, will not raise your taxes. This is, and I'll say that again, this will not raise your taxes. This is a smart plan to capitalize the existing streams of revenue we have to make repairs today and to pay for them over a 15-year time period. We also are leaving room in our strategy for maintenance. And so this will be the first time that Compton has a funded capital improvement program and a maintenance plan. So this is designed to ensure that our streets never fall into disrepair as they have at this point. There's no administration that should have to repair nearly every street in the city of Compton. So that was a lack of preparation on former administration's part, but we are doing our part to address the needs of Compton residents today and plan for the future. So I will continue to keep you updated, and I will also share the dates of the scheduled town halls for your information and your participation. They'll be conducted on Zoom. We'll perhaps even have some polls ready for you all to weigh in, and we're going to make it as interactive as we can. Also, the package is coming forward on October 5th. So you all please mark your calendars. This is when we'll be asking you to also just express your thoughts on the package, whether you support it, and also to contact your council members to let your representatives know how you feel about these strategies in order to move Compton forward. So we'll share that information as well. Moving on to the census, our census current response rate as of today in Compton is 63.2%. Compton, we still have a lot of work to do. We have 8 days until the last deadline. It's a simple survey that takes 5 minutes to complete. It is completely confidential by law. The census, even though it's a government entity, cannot share information across other governmental agencies. So this is something that's protected by law in order to ensure that if you're undocumented, that no one will contact you about your responses on the census, whether or not you're on Social Security or you have other situations within your families. This is something that is completely confidential, but this will enable Compton to be eligible and receive critical federal funding. And it's all a funding formula for our city that will be applicable for the next 10 years. Our census comes upon us once every 10 years to actually do this extensive count. So this is our window of opportunity to ensure that our count is reflective of our community. We're a diverse community of Latinos, African Americans, Samoans, Asians, whites. We're a diverse city, and so everyone should respond so that we can properly reflect our great city and secure our bag. Also, you could check our city's website, social media. There's more information, but we're asking you to please do your part to move Compton forward. Also, voting. Yesterday was National Voter Registration Day. Please make sure that you are registered. You can register at lavote.net. You can also confirm that you're registered and ready to go for the upcoming election. It's so critical that we all exercise our right, our responsibility, and our voice at these critical elections. The November 3rd election is approaching us quickly, and the deadline to ensure that you're registered is October 19th. So let's do all we can. Challenge your friends and family members to make sure that they're registered, and let's be a part of a movement. I truly believe that this particular election, we will have the highest voter turnout probably in United States history. So let's see if we can all be a part of that, and especially let's break some records in Compton. Also moving forward for resources and events, Councilwoman Emma Sharif will be hosting a Census Outreach event at the Gateway Town Center from 3 to 6 p.m. In the Target parking lot with a special treat from Happy Ice for completing your census. This information is also on the city's social media page, so you can access that information as well. You can fill out your census for 5 minutes, get your kids some Happy Ice, and have a beautiful, blessed day. So please make sure you can support that event as well. Compton Street Reconstruction Update Project. So as of September 18th, we are 54% complete with the CIP, which is Capital Improvement Program 1801. The completion date is still slated for December 18th. We are making progress. We're doing work throughout all of the areas of the city. Currently, they are paving Caldwell from the west end of Central, finishing it to the east and west ends, the east and west lanes are being completed now, and that will conclude all the way through to the farms. Also, Tejada is under construction. They removed Tejada all the way down to the dirt. It's almost a foot deep on Tejada, so they're changing the grading. And they are making great progress there. They're doing the ingress and egress for the curbs and gutters. They're also doing work at Grand D. So Grand D, the process first begins with new curbs, gutters, sidewalks, and then the actual removal of the street, and the reinstallation will come next. They are also installing new ADA ramps on Grand D, and we are excited about this work that is long overdue, but definitely right on time. And we are also lowering manhole covers at 134th Street in Alva, as work has already been completed there. There's new concrete being installed at 134th Street as well, and new ADA ramps. There's also striping being scheduled for Murr and Caldwell as these streets were recently redone. And there's also some repairs scheduled for the electrical conduits that were damaged on Alva. So if you live on Alva, there are still repairs happening there. For next week, we are looking forward to concrete being poured on 134th Street in Alva. There's also the northbound lanes on Tejada that will receive work, as well as a new base on Tejada from Compton Boulevard to Rosecrans. There's additional work that is scheduled for Grandee from El Segundo to 138th. We are installing speed bumps on Caldwell. So if you drive down Caldwell now, it's a beautiful, smooth, but speedway, and we are installing humps to ensure that it is safe for those people that live in that neighborhood. And there are additional work being done with grind and overlay. I will share those as well. There's after I share the scheduled updates. So in terms of additional reconstruction work that has occurred, Murr has been completed, Caldwell, the main portion has been completed, Tejada is underway now. Grandee will actually start breaking ground on the asphalt there in October, and then Bradfield and Alondra Boulevard is scheduled for the top of December. And so our contractors are currently working from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. They do work on the weekends, and the schedule is subject to change, and we will keep the residents notified as much as possible. There's also grind and overlay work that has been completed throughout all of the districts over the last couple of weeks. There was some work near the Walmart on Long Beach Boulevard. There's also additional work that has been completed that I'll share as well for you all on grind and overlay. And then if there are any questions, I will pull them from you all now on what we can answer. Okay, we'll get those now from you all. Okay. Thank you all for bearing with us today. I'm trying to get my screen together. Okay. Did you text them to me? Okay. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, got it. Sorry. I don't know why my computer is delayed. Okay, my fault. I'll read it from my cell phone. Is the city working on replacing street signage citywide? Yes. So this is actually slated to be a part of our robust, and we are entitling our plan, the Compton Works $85 million regeneration program. And so we will be replacing signage throughout the city, wayfinding signage, as well as all of the entrances to the city of Compton will also be replaced. And we will ensure that during our town hall on the street construction that is planned, that will include the images of what those entryways will look like. And there's still room to make some adjustments. So if anyone has any input on that, we can also make adjustments for that. The next question is, what about the water display thing in front of El Pollo Loco on Willowbrook? Will that be replaced and upgraded? Yes. There's actually a plan that was developed to actually do a veterans, or actually a service monument, to really identify a wall of all the veterans and people that have served in Compton and served our nation. We'll also include public servants, and really to just have a place where we can remember those that have served our city and our community. And so there'll also be outdoor areas for seating. Hopefully people can come together, have some activations, but that definitely will be replaced. And I will make a note to ensure that we share the schematic plan for that as well. But it looks really nice. And we're also thinking of installing a electric marquee where you all can definitely look to the current information or different events or notifications from the city in that area. So we will definitely make sure that you all see those plans as well in the town hall. And I just want to say, if I receive any additional that the exciting aspect of the $85 million Compton Works plan is that we have done a lot of the architecture and engineering work over the last several years to actually be at this stage where we can just draw down this money and then mobilize plans quickly. There's also a provision that the funding must be appropriated within 2 years' time. So these projects will not be a long-term wait. These are actually funding to mobilize projects that are ready right now. I shared with you all that Compton Boulevard and Wilmington are in design now. They're still scheduled to be completed in November of this year, which will also include for Compton Boulevard widening sidewalks, as well as installing medians and just making our downtown more walkable and livable. And also will include some new pedestrian street lighting. So that plan is under development now. It will be completed, and then we'll be ready to draw down funding and implement these plans very quickly at the top of the year. So a lot planned, a lot going on. Also, the next question I have is, when will the Law Enforcement Review Board meet? The first Law Enforcement Review Board is scheduled for October. We just installed the members of the body last night during the council meeting, and they all participants will be notified, and then we'll work with them on scheduling for the month of October. And we will definitely actually broadcast those meetings live on the city's Facebook page, and I'll share them on my page as I do with the council meeting. So you all will still be a part of that and be able to provide your input and be a part of the work plan that is rolling out to ensure that we have Compton safety standards enacted for our community. Also, there's a question of did we receive Project Room Key funding? And if we did, is this being used to help the homeless situation? Yes, Project Room Key is actually operating in the city of Compton. There are two motels that I'm aware of that are utilizing this program. And from what I understand, it's operating smoothly. There has not been any complaints from surrounding residents about the program. So from what I can understand, it's still working well. Also, what's going on with the trash dump? I'm still waiting on the trash can. I'm not sure specifically about the dump. The city doesn't have an operable dump in the city, but we do have a recycling facility. And if you're waiting on a trash can, you have to contact Republic Services, and we'd be happy to drop that information as well. This says, hello, Mayor Brown. Has Compton population gone over 100,000 residents? I know the census is only about 64% and maybe less. From what I understand, I believe that Compton's population is over 100,000 residents, but we must utilize the census count for our official population count, which is why it's so important for people to fill out their census so that we can have an accurate count of our residents that we have within the city. Next question, will sidewalks be repaired? Yes, it says Elm between Alameda and Willowbrook is broken and needs assistance. And so, yes, sidewalks will be repaired with some of the street reconstruction programs that we have. We are making repairs at that time. And then we also are planning a separate sidewalk replacement program as part of our capital improvement program. So it's multifaceted. It includes streets, parks, all types of infrastructure, lighting, as well as even street furniture, making sure that our particular bus benches are restored and all of those things. So you will see a lot of improvements in those areas. And it says, would our taxes go up because the streets are being replaced? No. This is a strategy that actually utilizes our existing tax base and revenue streams. There will be a portion of Measure P funding that is dedicated to this program. And there's also additional funding, SB1, Measure M, Measure R, and other Prop A and C funding that will also be appropriated. So we receive a certain allocation annually, and our strategy includes appropriating about 38 to 40%, in some instances 50% of that stream of revenue for this debt service or the payment for this bond. And so this will not incur an additional tax. This is just a smart way for us to leverage the funding that we receive annually for larger programs and projects that we can mobilize now, that you can enjoy now, because we all pay our taxes annually anyway. And so we should be able to enjoy improvements in our city and not be restricted to pay-as-you-go investment, which is what we've been doing for the last several years. We're only able to mobilize projects for the money that we have on hand, which really restricts our ability to do projects quickly and widespread throughout the city. So this strategy will enable everyone to get their street addressed. It will enable everyone to enjoy parks and lights and all these things that we pay our taxes for that we should enjoy now. And so, again, this is actually a really smart way to lock your tax dollars into things that you want. This is something that makes me happy because I know that regardless of who's in office, that these projects are locked in by utilizing this financing plan. And so again, this won't raise your taxes. This is just a smart way to use the existing funding that we receive on an annual basis to get projects done now for you all. And I believe that those are all the questions that I have. Thank you, Ms. Rainice London, for your kind words. Thank you. But these are all the questions I have now. I will be ready to provide you all with even, I think, a more extensive update next week. This Tuesday coming up is a fifth Tuesday. And so in Compton, we only have council meetings every Tuesday, four council meetings per month. So because there's a fifth Tuesday about every quarter throughout the year, there is a Tuesday when there is no meeting. So there will not be a council meeting this Tuesday. However, we'll still provide you with an update next week of what's happening. And I'll take some time to go into more detail into a few issues. And then we'll also, we're planning our town hall for you all as well. So we'll share that information with you all, and then we'll keep moving from there. But thank you all for allowing me to serve. Thank you all for tuning in and paying attention in what's happening within your community. The best way to raise the level of expectation and outcomes is for us to, number one, expect more and demand more of our leaders and paying attention. I cannot tell you the level of improvement that even our council meeting proceedings have improved to within 1 week of you all being active and engaged through Facebook Live and through other social media channels. So I want to encourage you all to please continue to do your part. I also would like to thank every single resident that took the time to send a letter of support for retaining our city manager. It is critical that we keep Compton stable, especially in these uncertain times. So I'm really thankful to all those that mobilized, that took the time to get educated on the issues and then spread the word. So thank you all. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.